Good morning. Thanks for joining us this morning. My name is Pat Sullivan, and I'm the Director of Product Development. I will be walking you through where we are with the pilot for the Student Ratings of Instruction system. Just a reminder, we are conducting this pilot in the spring of 2015 with the ultimate objective to update learning objectives and teaching methods in our Student Ratings of Instruction tools to better reflect current trends in higher education. With the cooperation and support of faculty, we will be gathering enough data in the spring pilot to release IDEA2 in spring of 2016. So, how does the pilot work? First of all, let's take care of first things first. There's the potential for a misconception that we are piloting a new instrument. We are not piloting a new instrument per se. We are piloting new items. Students will not see the pilot questions until they have completed the existing diagnostic feedback survey. And lastly, IDEA course report data will not change in any way as a result of this pilot. When we were planning on updating our instrument and piloting new items, we had two choices before us. One was to create a new instrument and pilot that. The problem with that is that we would not be able to provide adjusted scores, the reports would be different, and the information would be incomplete for our clients. We decided rather than to do that, we would pilot the new items on the existing instrument by using the existing instrument. This way, our clients, our faculty, would get course reports that were consistent with previous course reports, that there would be no changes in calculations, but we would also be able to generate data so that way we could interrogate the data and update the existing diagnostic feedback instrument into a new instrument in 2016. Just a reminder, the pilot is being conducted on the IDEA Campus Labs platform. It is not being conducted with our paper or our IDEA Online or IOL platforms. 13 items are being added to the existing diagnostic ratings or student ratings diagnostic feedback instrument. 6 new or newly revised learning outcomes are being added to the existing FIF form or FIF, and individual faculty reports will include statistical data for all new items. There will be no other changes to the existing report. The pilot is in progress. The 13 items have been added at the end of the survey for students, and the 6 new learning outcomes have been added to the existing FIF. Faculty will answer the normal learning outcomes associated with the current report, and then in a separate section, we'll see 6 new learning outcomes. We are asking the faculty to look at those 6 new learning outcomes with a fresh eye, even though there may be some redundancy with the learning outcomes they selected previously. In addition, there is a Learn More button on the FIF so that faculty can click on that and learn more about the pilot. We want to be as transparent as possible with our faculty so that they understand the pilot, they understand how it's being conducted, and what our ultimate objective is. Regarding the pilot items, we're piloting 6 new learning outcomes with items related to diverse perspectives and global awareness, ethical reasoning and decision making, civic engagement, and quantitative literacy. We are revising 2 items where we are blending 2 existing items related to information literacy and lifelong learning, and we are merging basic understanding of subject with learning fundamental principles and theories. This way we will be able to consolidate some existing items and add the new items without increasing the length of the diagnostic feedback instrument. Regarding teaching methods, we have newly created items related to diversity, self-reflection, and service learning. We have merged 2 existing items, explained reasons for criticism of student academic performance with provided timely feedback. Again, These 4 new items are being piloted this semester. We are making changes to pilot regarding student and course characteristics. Newly created items related to self-efficacy. We are adding an item related to student background and preparation, and we have combined amount of reading with amount of work and other assignments into one item. These previous 3 slides show the 13 items that will be piloted as additional questions for our students. The actual questions are available on our website at IDEA2.org. At that location, you can also see additional resources related to the pilot. What happens after the pilot? Well, first, we will be conducting analysis. The data will be in the hands of the IDEA research team. They will validate the new items, load teaching methods onto appropriate learning outcomes, and generate means for the piloted items to share with pilot institutions. These means will be determined based on the pilot as it is occurring this semester. So when our faculty and administration look at the statistical detail page, they will be able to put those numbers that were generated into context by looking at how the overall pilot population answered those particular questions. The final outcome is to release Diagnostic Feedback 2.0 in spring 2016. It is estimated that this new instrument will be approximately 40 items, and this will be used for comprehensive assessment of overall teaching effectiveness. We will also be updating the Learning Outcomes instrument, calling that Learning Outcomes 2.0. It will include 19 items, which is best used for courses where outcomes rather than teaching methods are the focus, such as clinical, practicums, and labs, or courses where there's been a significant change to the learning outcomes. The Teaching Essentials instrument is in a soft launch this semester, and it is a 12-item instrument that provides a screening of fundamentals of teaching for quick review of faculty performance. This instrument will not be affected in any way by the pilot. It is available this semester, and we will have a stronger launch for this prepared for summer and fall in 2015. And lastly, the feedback instrument, which is based on the Teaching Essentials instrument, is a 7-item immediate response system with a mobile-friendly push to students following class for immediate feedback. Faculty can use this throughout a semester and generate longitudinal information on how students are responding to these individual items. Teaching Essentials and feedback are available now, and we will be making on a small scale, and we will be making a larger push in the spring and fall to increase knowledge of these instruments and how they are best used. Learning Outcomes and Diagnostic Feedback 2.0 will be released in spring of 2016. Again, on our website, we have resources that include the pilot questions, crosswalks that show exactly what the changes are between the existing diagnostic feedback instrument and the proposed diagnostic feedback instrument, items that are being deleted, that are being merged, or that are being added, and the rationale for those changes. We've also included sample instruments so that you can see our vision for diagnostic feedback, learning outcomes, and the FIF following the pilot in 2016. Questions? Questions that are coming in from one organization is, will Learning Outcomes 2.0 be available in 2016? And the answer is yes. Diagnostic Feedback 2.0 and Learning Outcomes 2.0 will be available hopefully in the spring of 2016. That is dependent on how the analysis goes this summer and whether or not we got our minimum requirements for survey responses throughout the pilot. We need 10,000 qualified survey responses or survey instruments to use for our data analysis this semester. Assuming that goes well, then we will be working throughout the summer to make recommendations for the changes, and then those changes will be submitted to the Campus Labs team to hard code into the instruments, which will hopefully, and in all optimism, be available for the spring of 2016. Thank you for your time. I hope that this was helpful in some way. Please feel free to contact anyone at IDEA. I know Jake, Melissa, and I will be at your service to answer any specific questions on how the pilot is being provided on your campus, and also any additional information about the future of the Student Ratings of Instruction instrument. Thank you and have a nice day.